Hey guys, it's Bonet. Are your walls a little bare? Maybe you don't have a really nice bed head? Well, here's a little do-it-yourself project that I did to add some spice to my room and words of inspiration that I can always look at to keep my mind on positive things. It's really inexpensive, fairly easy to do, and it's really fun to work on as well. I'll definitely show some more close-ups later, but basically you only need a few materials, and it's great for being in a dorm room or in a place where you're renting where you can't put holes in the wall. So stay tuned and I hope you enjoy. God bless. Alright, so you're going to need a pencil with an eraser, a ruler to keep those straight lines, a good pair of scissors, some tape, a good marker, and or some paint that will match your room. And of course, for the main part of this project, you're going to need some frames. I got mine from the dollar store. And you might need an acoustic guitar. Just kidding. I almost forgot, you're also going to need some patterned paper. Now you can get these at your local supply store or TJ Maxx, Marshalls, or even Walmart. It's good to have some that will match the decor of your room. You're also going to need nail-free hooks or strips. I got mine from the brand Command at Walmart, and this is great if you're in a dorm or in a place where you're renting and you can't put holes in your wall. As you can see in the back, there's the sticky tape and it won't peel off. Now you want to make sure you consider your bedspread or comforter. What you see here in the background is mine, and now I'm going to take that into consideration as I'm selecting the pattern that I'm going to use for my decor in my room. And these are the prints I chose. So now you're going to take out your prongs in the back of the frame so that you can take out the back and take out that paper. And now you're going to select one of the patterns that you chose and put the frame on top of it. And now you're going to trace all around the inside of the inner part of that frame. And now you're going to go about 1/2 inch outside of all the trace lines and cut around the rectangle. So now you have your frame face down with the back taken out. You're going to reach for that paper that you just cut out, and you're going to lay that down face down as well. Now, as you can see, the reason why we cut about 1/2 inch outside of the shape that we traced is so that we can tape down this pattern inside the frame. So now I'm just going to go ahead and tape down each of the 4 corners. And then we're also going to put some tape like in the middle and the top and the bottom as well, just to secure it. And then you turn it over and you can already start to see what your project is going to look like. Now you're going to choose the words of inspiration that you want to put in your room decor. So right here, as you can see, I listed the fruit of the Spirit as some possible options, and then I had this Bible verse from 1 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 13. Now I decided to use the 1 Corinthians verse, and I chose faith, hope, and love as the 3 words I want to use. Now choose different styles of handwriting that you might want to use for the decor. This is the style I chose. And now it's time to practice writing those words. Now, at first, it may not come out as well as you'd like. It might look something like this even. But don't get so upset. Don't be sad. Get glad. Just keep on trying, keep practicing. Maybe you can use some stencils. And if it still doesn't work out, you can always ask a friend or someone that you know is good with calligraphy and writing in cursive or in whichever style you want to write in. And before you know it, it might come out looking something like this. Not too bad, huh? All right, so now we know what type of style we're going to write with. So now you're just going to take out the paper that is within the frame and turn that over so you can prepare to start writing your words of inspiration. Now you're going to use your ruler and mark a straight line across so that your words can be written on a straight line. Using a pencil, you're going to start writing out the word. As you can see, I already have done that. And then you're going to prepare to trace over it with a marker. So just simply go over it with a thin line. It should look something like this. And then you're going to make it bolder. So as you can see, I'm just going around it again, making it a little thicker. And this gives it more of a done and finished look. So I'm just doing a little bit more before I speed it up, and then you can see the end results. And just take your time, make sure everything is filled in well, and with practice, you definitely can get it right. And there you go. As you can see, I added a flower because my word wasn't directly centered. So now you take some paint. This is optional, of course. I'm using gold because if you remember from my comforter, there are accents of gold within. And I'm using this bristle kind of paintbrush because it will give me a pattern that will look something like this. A little more texture to it, a little more personality to it. And I'm just going to dab that paint around my frame. Now, after doing the first one, with the rest of them, I realized that I should do this first before taping in my textured paper so that it doesn't get on the paper. And there are also little accents of purple in my room, so I'm just making little like X kind of marks with the purple just to tie that in. And I noticed that I like the effect with water, so like watercolor kind of painting. So you can use water with your paint as well, so it can spread a little more smoothly and a little bit more evenly. And there you go. That's pretty much what it looks like when it's done. I'm going to go over the black words that I wrote with a little bit of the gold, so it will give it a little bit more of a shimmer, and it won't look so much like I just took a marker and just wrote black words on my wall. So the gold gives it a nice accent, I think, and it shimmers when it's sunny. And then now you're going to go back with your eraser and just erase those lines that you drew, and then make sure it's dry because you don't want the paint getting on the glass on the frame. And place that in and seal it down. And there you go. It looks something like that. So these are all the three that I did: faith, love, and hope. And I chose to put love in the center with a black background because it is the most important. So you can always pick different colored backgrounds for your frames as well. And here is just an example of another one I did using a divided frame. So you can get creative with your frames as well. So there you have it, guys. Here's just a better view in the daytime. Basically, you just hang these up with those nail-free hooks that you can get from Walmart and just try to make sure they're centered, and that's pretty much it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little do-it-yourself activity, and hopefully it's some inspiration to you and helps you to stay inspired in your room. God bless.